Well, here we go with our second whiskey of the night, and I'm probably going to continue the flight after this one. This one is fairly strong. It's bottled at 46%. Now, I think it was 2 weeks ago I tried um, an Indian whiskey. Now, it's I think the second Indian whiskey that I've ever bought. Previous to that, I bought a Mohan Meakin Solan Number One, and I liked it. You know, for a cheap whiskey, it was good. Tasted a bit rummy because part of it is probably um, distilled from molasses rather than grain. And I I liked it. I bought it twice, and I bought it a third time. I think I'm going to talk about it next week. But the bottle I had just before was the Suntory Toki, and that was bottled at 43%. And the Solan Number One is bottled at 40. So I usually go to a stronger ABV than start at a stronger ABV and go down. In case you were wondering what Broken Whistle is, it's a it's a band that plays Irish music out of Spokane, Washington, and these young people play phenomenally well. They are great musicians, and I caught them at the Irish Music Festival last year in Ocean Shores, Washington. So you can probably find them on online somewhere if you're interested in Irish music. Anyway, these kids play really well. Um, Getting back to whiskey, and it's not Irish whiskey, it's Indian whiskey. And someone had mentioned when I went through my whiskey, my home bar. I was talking about my home bar, and I showed that I had this, and somebody mentioned that some reviewer didn't like it. Well, we'll see. I mean, Mohan's for a cheap whiskey is okay, and the um, Amarut Fusion is fabulous. I really enjoyed that. That exceeded my expectations in several ways. But this is the other big Indian whiskey that's on the scene, so we're going to give it a try. It is the, I don't know if you can read through the cellophane, it is the Paul John. First of all, we'll get rid of this wrapping, which I think is needless and excessive, but for some reason they must think it's a good thing. But is this shrink wrap? Or what? Oh, okay, so it's like a big plastic baggie in which sits this. Ah, okay, it says Paul John Indian Single Malt Whiskey Edited. The chocolate mint aroma highlights the peat notes threaded with sublime mocha. The finish is poised with a hint of spice and vanilla. A great Indian single malt edited to perfection. Manufactured and bottled by John Distilleries PVT Ltd. And a whole bunch of M21 Concolim Industrial Estate Concolim Goa 403703 province of Goa. Oh, this is from Goa. Oh, I've heard of Goa before. A cab driver from India once told me, I'm a cab driver, by the way, in case you didn't know. But one of my colleagues from India told me that one of these years we should go to the Goa, and they have this fantastic resort there. And that was about 23 years ago, and we never went. But he was telling me how nice Goa is. It has a batch number, you know, not enough contrast. It's this brown tube, and it's in black numbers. Batch number 02, July of 16. Product of India. Imported by Blue Note Wine and Spirit, North Vancouver, British Columbia. Okay, and it's 750 mils. It's 46% alcohol by volume. It is a single malt whiskey, non-chill filtered with a hint of peat, it says. Did I say 46% ABV? I think I did. So Paul John, at least it's pronounceable. A lot of things from India are not pronounceable to me anyway, or not easily. You gotta imagine you got marbles in your mouth to pronounce some of them. But here we go. Uh-oh, there's stuff. Oh, this is the thing that goes wrong. The spirit of India. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Lots of things in here. Made in Goa. Mystical, magical stuff miracle are made of. India never ceases to surprise the world with its timeless charms. We have added yet another gem to this sparkling crown from Goa with love. No other word encapsulates the Goan lifestyle better than this in Portuguese. It best describes the tranquility, peace, and quiet of this erstwhile Portuguese colony, something that has attracted world travelers for years. It is this renowned spirit for living that Paul John has captured with its fine array of single malts, leisurely for your ultimate pleasure, because you cannot hurry a good malt. Sauda. That must be cheers in India. The making of the greatest single malt. Bold. Okay, that's the bold one. That's not the one we got here. Brilliance. That's another one. Edited. This is the one we have here. There's a whole booklet on these Paul John malts. This is where you taste the sea off Goa. This masterfully crafted Indian single malt whiskey brings to the fore a hint of peat, created from discreetly chosen cask profiles to delight the ardent malt drinker. Grassy barley shows first, but then slowly makes way for the most gentle peat notes. They dissolve into the palate and begins to build momentum and intensity. Slow down now to a chocolate mint and mocha rush, as well as a sublime molasses note that overwhelms you with a sweet end. Dreams are made of this. Oh, that's a lot of poetry, I think. Here's another one here. Select Cask Classic and Select Cask Peated. And wow. Jim Murray's ratings even. Okay. Now the only other one I've seen on the shelf is the bold. So there's the edited and the bold. All these other ones in here I have not found locally. And here's the Paul John. There's the tube, and there's nothing left in it. Oh, cool. There's a felt. Or is it felt? It's a rubber bottom on the bottle. Well, that's cool. So it doesn't go clink when you put it down. That's interesting. Okay, this is going to join the others back there. And now, the Paul John. That is, see that? That's freaky. I've never seen that before on any bottle of whiskey. Although I've seen all kinds of weird things, like a leather thing sewn around the neck, and seen all kinds of other bizarre things, but I've never seen a bottom like that. A foam bottom, or it looks like felt, but it's foam. And there's like a hollow part you can push your finger up in it. Different. Does it say anything new on here? The chocolate mint aroma highlights the peat notes, threaded with sublime, etc., etc. For export only, July 2016. There's no age statement on it because, of course, India is a very warm, if not hot, country. And so the maturation happens rapidly. And quite a bit is lost to the angel's share due to evaporation It's about the right amount, eh? All right. So here we go with Paul John. Just cleanse the palate a little bit. Make sure there's not a drop of Japanese whiskey in my mouth anymore. Make sure it's completely flushed. Although this, I'm sure, will probably overpower it. I'm definitely getting dark chocolate and mint. It's like, you know those little square mint patties called After Eight? Your nose is a lot like After Eight. I'm getting a bit of a sort of like a molasses note. There's that mint and that chocolate again, dark chocolate and mint, and the molasses. There's some malt, or it's a bit of a light peat. It's pretty weak. Bit of cinnamon. Not getting much in the way of fruits. Maybe a bit of fig. And then again, that chocolate and mint. This is different. I don't often smell chocolate on whiskey for some reason. Well, yeah, okay. Some chocolate, some mint. It's different. Let's see what molasses, yeah. Bit of caramel, but not toffee. Maybe a bit of vanilla if I dig really deep. Okay, let's taste it. That minty, chocolatey kind of thing, like After Eight, after dinner mints, after eight chocolate patty things. That's the prevalent flavor. The hint of peat, well, maybe somewhere around 7 or 8 ppm. Not much peat in there, more of that chocolate and mint. Let's get some more water. This is definitely different. There it is again. That chocolate and mint and a little bit of peat. And yeah, towards the end, There's a vanilla note. I'm not getting any of that molasses note on the palate that I got on the nose. That's mostly gone. I'm getting that subtle mint, a little bit of vanilla. The chocolate kind of fades and the mint gets a little stronger, but it's not overpowering. It's balanced. Yeah, it's balanced, but it's a different balance from the kind of thing that I'm used to. I have to do that again. Yeah, that chocolate and mint. The mint is a little bit like, you know, those Tic Tac mints. They come in a plastic box. The little top pops off, and you have these little egg-shaped mints, Tic Tacs. That's what the mint is like. And the dark chocolate with that. Okay, there's a bit of spice. Oh, every time I take a deep whiff of it, half the time it's that chocolate, that dark chocolate with the mint, and it has a tendency to go up my nose from inside. Or when I taste it, it goes up my nose from inside. But when I nose it, I just nose it. It's just great big dollops of that mint and chocolate. Mm. Slightly oily mouthfeel. That mint pervades. It's always there. Chocolate and mint. Yeah. Towards the end, there's a little bit more spice. It's subtle. And at the very end, on the tip of my tongue, there's vanilla. The aftertaste doesn't linger very long. It's done. But still, it tastes like I've had a Tic Tac. Tastes like I've had a Tic Tac, but nothing else. It's different. It may take me a few drams to get a little more used to it. It may oxidize a little bit. We'll see. I think I'm going to move on to something else. Maybe some Amarut. Anyways, cheers to you. And did they say Sauda? Or I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Saude. Like Saudi, but with an E instead of an I. To your health.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.